So lunge and row, our first exercise. If for any reason the rows aren't working for you, of course you can leave the rows out. Of course, if lunge didn't work for you, you could leave that out also, but probably not both out because then you wouldn't be doing anything. But the actual exercise looks like this. So you're taking a lunge stride. So oftentimes we do a reach lunge. This is actually an upright lunge. So you're going to have both handles and you're going to come down into a lunge. And then if you're able, of course, you'll squeeze and pull straight back. Otherwise, retract shoulder blades every time. So you're still getting great work in between those shoulder blades, but we will go ahead and do the lunge, down and go. So options, if the row didn't work, as I mentioned, just retract those shoulder blades. Option, if you aren't able to lunge, you could just do the row or squat and row, although we're going to be doing some squats later, so you may not want to do squats this time. So go ahead and continue. On this side, you will row when you're up or retract shoulder blades when you're up. Go ahead and continue. All right, so go ahead and switch to side number 2. So you're on to side number 2 for your lunge and row. So we're right here, nice tall spine, upright lunge. So we're not doing a reach lunge today. And you can continue with palms facing your body and pulling those elbows right alongside your body. If you're feeling like you need more, of course, you could double pulse the row. You could double pulse the lunge. Okay, rest. Okay, so we're on to our second exercise. You'll probably want to do a little less resistance, maybe, for you. This is a squat and a curl. Now, I know the curl is not going to necessarily work for some of you if you have stuff going on with your elbows. So if you're doing the squat and curl, it will look like this. Elbows are up, and then I'm bending straight in. For those of you who have elbow stuff going on, let's do something with a straight arm, maybe a pull through, something along those lines, or you can simply just squat. But the actual exercise is squat, palms are up, pull through, squat, and bend your elbows. So you'll need to choose for yourself what's working for you. You could double pulse the bicep curl, you could double pulse the squat. And again, if it's not working for you at all to do the bicep curl, maybe a straight pull through. We are going to be doing some pullovers later, but a variation. So try not to curl the wrists, keep the wrists flat. Okay, we'll rest. So the next one, you're going side to side with your pullovers or cross-country ski. If you don't have enough room to go all the way up and down, just do a nice controlled variation. But if you're able, you're going up and then you're gonna go 2 arms past your body, up, 2 arms past your body. I'm continuing to use my slightly lighter resistance for right now. You could always go up. So if you don't have the range to go up and down, just go side to side with your body slightly hinged forward. Keeping that spine long. Core work, oblique work. Of course, you're getting the heart rate up if you're going up and down. Keep the knees soft. And rest. All right, so the next one is tricep kickbacks. And again, if your elbows are not liking tricep kickbacks for a full range of motion, then maybe you do a limited range of motion. So elbows are in tight and we press back. So sometimes just doing a limited short range of motion is going to work, even if your elbows are not in their happiest state right now. But if you're able, it's a full range of motion. Shoulders roll back, chest is lifted. Maybe you double pulse if you need more. Rest. All right. So we're going to move on to some dumbbell work. So if you have 2 dumbbells available, you'll use those. We're going to be doing some side lunges to a balance. So it's going to be all on one side and then we'll switch sides. So the important thing about side lunging is when you step out, you want your knees and your toes pointing the same direction. So don't turn your toes out and have your knee fall forward, or have your toes in and then have your knee fall out. So it's important to be careful when you step to choose really wisely where you place that foot, and then you go. So ideally you're here, come to balance. Here, come to balance. If you're not having a lot of luck with balance today, put a tippy toe down. Put a tippy toe down. Now really keep the chest lifting. It's easy to start rounding over on this exercise because we're reaching down. So we think we need to reach really far down. You don't. You only get to go lower by bending the knee more, not by bending over from your back. Okay, side number 2, right to it. Balance if you can. Balance if you can. Chest lifting, core tight. And again, if you're having trouble balancing, put the tippy toe down. Otherwise, balance, balance, and we balance. Rest. All right, so you put the weights down, working similar muscles, but in a different way. We're doing skater hops. So hopping back and forth, variations. I will show you. Your basic is here, just hopping back and forth. Hop, hop. Things you can add. You can go all the way across behind yourself. Really big jumps, really big jumps. You could shorten it up. Do quick movements. Okay, I'll just show you those for now. I'll show you more next time we do this. This is sort of that in between. Rest. Okay. We have one more exercise before we start over. It is a combination of a deadlift, a wide deadlift, and a wide squat. You can use a kettlebell if you have one, or 1 or 2 dumbbells between the legs. Kettlebell will look like this. So I'm doing a wide deadlift and a wide or a sumo squat. And I'm going back and forth. If that's too confusing to do back and forth, I'll let you know when you're halfway. You can do just the deadlifts and then just the squats or vice versa. But if you're able, go back and forth. So here we go. Long spine, just barely soft knees, and then really deep squat in those knees. Keep the spine long. No rounding. Keep going, guys. I'll show you what it'll look like with a couple of dumbbells. Good, so we're halfway. So if it was too confusing to go back and forth, then you'll do whichever one you didn't do. So it'd either be the squat or the deadlift. Careful about rounding your spine on the deadlift. I see a little rounding happening at the bottom. Yeah, better. Rest. All right, good. So you don't want to round because that will hurt your back. So be careful about that. All right, so we're going to go back to that first one, which was the lunge, and it's an upright lunge, not a reach lunge, and row. Let's go palms up this time. So this is a little bit more bicep work. And again, if rowing doesn't work, just retract those shoulder blades. We go down and then squeeze. We go squeeze when we're up, maybe double pulse both. Remember, the elbows don't want to bend today, just squeeze. You're still getting some great work. Switch sides. Squeeze. Squeeze. Good. Rest. Okay. So we are back to our squat and curl. I'm going to use the lighter resistance. You may not need to switch it up. Squat, palms up, curl it in. Okay, so same thing here. If it's not working for you to do a bending of the elbows, you can continue with some shoulder retraction, shoulder blade retraction, or do a straight arm pull through at the top. Here we go. This is the exercise. Squat and curl, squat and curl. If it doesn't work for you to do squat and curl, maybe you do a straight arm pull through, pull over at the top, okay? But if biceps are an option for you, we're doing biceps here. Maybe double pulse. Shoulders down, chest lifting. If you start to fatigue, maybe you alternate your arms. If you need more, remember double pulse. Rest. Pullovers, that side to side one. Bend those knees, keep the long spine, go past your legs. Go past your legs. Up and down if possible. If that's not, then you stay down and go side to side. Five seconds left. Rest. All right, so if you're able to do the tricep kickbacks, let's try palms up this time. So that's gonna change it. So palms are up to start. And remember, if you're not able to do those, you could do a straight arm pull back here, okay? So elbows in, squeeze it back. Maybe a limited range of motion will work for you. If you need more, double pulse, keep those shoulders back. Don't let them pop forward. You need a little less, alternate your arms. Usually this one is a little more challenging for most people, so don't be surprised. Shoulders back, chest lifting. Five seconds. Rest. Okay, so we're back to our side lunge with the balance. 2 dumbbells if you have them. The other option is to use a single dumbbell and then just balance with that single dumbbell. All right, here we go. Take it out, balance. Side, balance. Side, really drive that knee up. You actually work your core. If you're taking the foot off the ground, if you can, drive it way up high. That's core working. Up. Long spine, no rounding. Good. Look good. Nice. Okay, let's do the other side. Take it to the side, up. Take it to the side, up. Knees and toes point the same direction. You want more? You know what to do. Double pulse. Five seconds. Rest. Okay. Skater hops. So remember on these, you could go big ones, little ones, quick ones, or you could do something like add a hop on each side. So that would look like this. Hop, hop. It's an option, take it or leave it. All right, let's go. And you don't have to stick with one. Maybe you start with this and then you switch it up. Yeah, and if skater hops are not working for you, you could do something else that elevates that heart rate. Rest. Okay, so we are back to our deadlift, wide deadlift, wide squat, sumo squat combo with dumbbells, with a kettlebell. I will let you know when you're halfway. So if you're really not getting the back and forth combination, don't worry about it. It's a little fancy. Here we go. Deadlift, long spine, do not round. Bend those knees for the squat. Good. You could double pulse. Either portion. That's halfway. So if you're doing one or the other, switch it up now. Rest. Awesome. Okay. Grab a quick sip of water if you need it. And then we'll do all of those again. One more time. So our first exercise, once again, lunge and row. This time, if you're rowing, we're gonna go palms down, elbows out. So that's gonna change a little bit of where the back is working. And again, as you know, if rowing isn't working for you, then you don't row. You just retract those shoulder blades. All right, last time, here we go. We lunge, elbows out, palms down, we row. If that isn't working, then you can do one of the other variations. The first one was neutral, palms facing each other. Then we had palms up. That was the next one. This is our last variation. Maybe double pulse. Switch sides. Keep those wrists flat. It's easy to get sloppy when we get tired. Don't let it happen. Drive those elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Rest. All right. So we are back to our squat and our curl. Option to do a stagger stance squat. So that's almost like a single-legged squat, tippy toe on the ground. Remember, you can do a straight pull through if the biceps don't work, or just work on your stagger stance squat. Tippy toe on the ground. My left tippy toe is on the ground. It's my right leg doing the majority of the work. I go down and I do my curl. Just like that. I'll let you know when you're halfway so you can switch your legs. Maybe you double pulse. Switch legs if you're doing the stagger stance. Keep your wrists flat. If you need to alternate your arms, if you're fatiguing, alternate your arms. Rest. Okay, one more time, side to side, pullovers, working those obliques as you pull through, down to the side, to the side. You can go all the way up and down, or again, it's not working for you for the range of motion, you just stay down and go side to side. If possible, up and down, both arms pull through. And if no matter what you do, I should have mentioned this earlier, but now you'll know, no matter what I do, it's too much resistance, just hold a single handle and do it with one. So maybe 2 handles is too much. So you just do it with one. 2 hands, but 1 handle. See how it goes, 5 more seconds. Rest. Okay, last time with our triceps. So let's start with palms up. Halfway through, we'll go palms down. So that should be the easier one, the palms down. So maybe you end up double pulsing when you switch around. All right, palms up to start. Slight hinge forward. Bend and straighten. And remember, if the elbows aren't having it, just straight arms pulling back. Core tight, long spine. Flip the hands over, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze at the top. Pause and squeeze, pause and squeeze. 5 more seconds, maybe double pulse, shoulders back. Rest. Okay, we have side lunges, one more time. So again, 2 dumbbells, 1 dumbbell, 1 kettlebell, maybe even. Whatever you got that'll challenge you, do that. If you've got 2, maybe you try 2, remember to balance, or tippy toe on the ground. Let's do it. We step, knee up, step, knee up, maybe double pulse. You could even double pulse the knee drive here. If you're feeling really frisky, you could do a kick. Yeah, boom. Still doing really good work on that side lunge though. Don't get sloppy. Other side. Let's do side number 2. Step, balance, or maybe a tippy toe. Step, maybe a knee drive, maybe a double pulse. Lunge, and a double pulse knee drive, or maybe a kick, or maybe a double kick. Up. Head up, chest up, 5 seconds left. Rest. All right, last time, skater hops. These are working similar muscles, so if they're tired, maybe you do something else to give your inner and outer thighs and knees a break. But something elevating the heart rate. If you're able to skater hop, go ahead and begin. One more option for you. Touch the ground. Hop, touch the ground. And again, you can mix it up. Quick ones, big ones, adding a hop. Okay, last time with our combo of the wide deadlift and the wide squat. Once again, I will let you know when you're halfway. So if it's confusing to go back and forth, you do not have to. Core tight, first thing, butt back, long spine. Knees out for the squat, knees just soft for the deadlift. Toes are still out for both. Get a little bit more inner hamstring, inner thigh on the deadlift than you normally would get. Shoulders back, do not round. Maybe you double pulse. We're halfway. So if you're doing one or the other, switch it up now. So close, 5 more seconds. And rest. Awesome. All right, we do have a minute or two, so just gonna show you a little stretch for your back. So go ahead and have a seat on the ground. We're gonna go ahead and take your right foot next to your left inner thigh, or it can cross over. Right hand comes behind your right hip. So I'm not gonna be cranking into this rotation. What I'm gonna do is actually rotate whatever amount I can rotate without grabbing onto anything. So take a breath in, exhale, rotate. Then I might hook my elbow just for stability more than anything else. I'll take another breath in. As I exhale, allow the spine to sink a little and maybe rotate a little more, right ribs back, left ribs forward. I'm not cranking on this knee. So that's for stability. I should naturally rotate a little bit more to the right by thinking of my right ribs going back and my left ribs going forward. We're going to rotate the opposite direction. Leave the legs. Now, a little bit of an assist here, but again, think of the ribs going to the left. Okay, come back up, switch your legs, cross it over, left hand behind you, exhale, rotate to the left as much as you naturally rotate, and then you hook. Take a breath in. Ribs rotate. I'm not trying to stay as tall as I can. You actually will crank into the low back if you do that. Think of middle back rotating. And then we're going to go the other way one more time. You can use your left inner knee to help you. Just again, ribs rotate to the right. All right, good job. You did it. All right, have a really great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.